All right, I'm back. Vic Camp here, and today we're going to be doing a gameplay instructions on Jacks Open, 1977 Gottlieb Wedgehead. And without further ado, we're going to start with the gameplay right now. Alright, so this may be a little hard to see, but I'll explain how it goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a game up, reset everything. The ball's out of the gate, and as you can see all the way up here on the top arch, or should I say, maybe you can't see it, but there are the suited cards up here. You have the heart right here in this first channel, the diamond, the spade, and the club. So the idea and the trick to this game is, for scoring purposes, is to just get 3 of the 4 out. It doesn't matter which 3 you get out, but you always want to keep one lit. And the reason why you want to keep one of these symbols of the suited cards out up on top here on the arch is because the player will be getting awarded $4,000 for hit 4,000 points for hitting any drop target. So let's see if we can't show that now. We're not going to be able to give you a view of that because we have the view of the play field now. So right off the top of the start of the game, when the first ball gets lifted up to the shooter lane and the player's about to begin his game, the player must remember to just keep one of these lit. Try to get 3 out and keep 1 lit at all times. It's not that hard to do, but it does take place. So with that being said, when the player is ready to start flipping the ball into the drop targets or trying to make shots, at this point in the game, they want to go for the pair of jacks right here. This says shoot for 2 jacks. So at the start of the game, the player needs to get a pair of jacks out up here on the drop targets. And then it will go to the next set, which is a set of queens, 3 of a kind. And then once the player gets the 3 queens out, then it will reset and go to the full house, which is 3 queens and 2 kings. So the player must again go to the drop targets and get the full house. And then the last feature the player has to accomplish is the straight flush. So let's just review that. This player starts at jacks. He gets the 2 jacks out, it moves to 3 queens. He gets the 3 queens out, it moves to full house. He gets the full house out, and then the machine will reset to the straight flush for a free game, which is rewarded at this special here. So throughout the game, there's scoring that a player has to keep an eye on. Not the most important thing, but again, there are other points that will be rewarded for going through the lanes and stuff. So let's just manually get this game going. So we'll shoot the ball out, and we'll make believe that the ball went through the club lane here. What that does is that makes any drop target 2,000 points. So once the player gets the jacks, it resets and it advances to the next feature of 3 of a kind, the queens. And that's how the game is played. So 2,000 right now for any drop target on the play field. Now again, you still have to make the queens to reset it. And that's going to reset at this queen here, or this last one, the third one, right there. So again, we're going to move on up and look at the top of the play field. We're going to get, let's make believe this was the second ball, and we got another suited symbol out, which is a spade. Then now, with 2 out, the player gets 3,000 points. You can hear it, the chime kicking off, 3,000, ready? So we're still at the full house here. So the player has to remember to get the queens and the 2 kings. And that's going to reset it to a straight flush. Up to the 4th level, which is the straight flush. The player now has to shoot to make the 10 of heart, jack of heart, queen of heart, king of heart, and ace of heart. But let's just say, meanwhile, this is another suited symbol that we got out. Now we have 3 of the 4 out. That's going to give the player 4,000 per drop target. Ready? You can listen to the chime get hit 4 times. So that was 4,000. So now the player must get the queen of heart, king of heart, and ace of heart to get it to go to special for a free game. And now you can see the drop targets reset for just the royal flush, 10 of heart, jack of heart, queen of heart, king of heart, and ace of heart, which is pretty cool to mechanically take place on the play field for 1977. It was a very smart idea to incorporate all these card hands together on one drop target bank, which is interesting. So now a player is shooting to make the straight flush by special. Meanwhile, he's getting 4,000 points for each drop target. Okay, here you go now. We're going to get the king. That's going to hear the knocker go off, and we're going to win by special. That's going to reset, and the player can do it again. I also popped for score, if you heard that double knock on that sound there, but we will, hopefully I still have good sound. We're going to just go up here and you're going to see what the score is on here. Just, even though it doesn't matter, I want to show you that in the crown of the head over here is the 100,000 point light. So the player has 137,000 points at this point. So again, if he hits a drop target, any drop target with just one of the suited symbols still lit on top, he'll get 4,000 points. So that's about it for this game as far as gameplay. I mean, it's everything else is self-explanatory on the play field itself, with the gold lights and the blue lights there in the flipper return lanes and things of that nature. As you can see right here, this blue awards 1,000 points, and this one awards 5,000 points. And then you have the rollover on the center of the play field, which is 1,000. So making a high score on this game is pretty tough to do, because at the end of the game you're shooting still for just a straight flush, which only brings up 5 targets. There's another. It doesn't bring up all the targets like it does during the course of the game on jacks, queens, and a full house. And even on this 4th level here, you shoot all the targets, which will give you in turn a higher score because each one's 4,000. So that's a point I'm trying to make, is a tough game for sure to beat by a really high score. And I just want to mention my high score for this game is 293,000 something, and I made that score probably 15 years ago. So it's Once again, a really great player, fun game, a lot of scoring with the drop targets, and getting the straight flush for a special is really cool. But again, the big challenge is getting a tremendously high score on this game. So 300,000 is like an astronomical score. We'll continue to do some more videos on some of the games down here in my collection. But I wanted to start off with Jacks Open here as the first one that I'm going to be doing. And hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, Vic Camp saying goodbye.